Back in June, Melissa Hortman and her husband were murdered by a person that impersonated a police officer, knocked on their door, killed them both and their dog. Before this person went to their house, he went to another house of another person. They were shot as well, and their daughter had to call the police. Thankfully, they made it. He was supposed to go to a third house. Thank God they weren't there. They were on vacation. I want you to listen to Greg Gutfeld when he's asked about her. This is a elected official, politician that was murdered in her house.
What about Melissa Hortman that we just talked about?
You want to talk about Melissa Hortman? Did you know her name before it happened? None of us did. None of us were spending every single day talking about Mrs. Hortman. I never heard of her until after she died.
She doesn't matter?
Don't play that bullshit with me. You know what I'm saying is there was no demonization, amplification about that woman before she died. It was a specific crime against her by somebody who knew her.
Making this video, this is the thumbnail. But I didn't want to insult dog shit because it has more value than Gutfeld. This is the problem with the MAGA base and the white supremacist base, because that's what he is. He is human garbage. And there are people out there that get off on this stuff, right? They only value lives that they personally know. Who cares if I know her, if you know her? She's a human being. And that goes back to why I talk about this. Love thy neighbor as thyself. These people are very selective about the people that they care about. Oh, if you know Charlie Kirk, oh, him you care about. But George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Adriana Smith, Amber Thurman, the officers on January 6th, Uvalde, Sandy Hook, don't know them. Sorry, I don't know their names. I don't care. I'm going to go to lunch. But if it's somebody that I personally know, then I care. It's the lack of empathy. It's the selective outrage. Now let's see what Gutfeld has to say about a teacher that was having sex with one of her students.
A story in 5 words. Another hot teacher banged student. Kat, this is happening now at alarming.
Why are you going to me first?
Because
You're never going to me first.
All right, because this 38-year-old math teacher in California was once named Teacher of the Year, and I support that, was arrested and booked into jail for allegedly having sex with a 16-year-old male student. She's posted bail, but this is what bothers me. Why did
that she had sex with a student?
No, that she went to jail for it. I'm sorry. Come on. 16-year-old guy would have died for that.
What a piece of shit. This guy is joking about a teacher having sex with a 16-year-old child. They're laughing, yucking it up, like it's a comedy show. Fox News has destroyed people's brain cells into normalizing the mistreatment of human beings. Can you, I want you to think about this. Actually, before we do that, let's watch one more clip of what this piece of human shit said.
Hell, Epstein Island gets better reviews than Disney World, and it has fewer rides.
That's not.
It's true.
So first he jokes about a teacher that has sex with a 16-year-old. He thinks it would be fun and cool, that she shouldn't be put in jail, that she should be glorified. And then he jokes about the rides at Epstein Island. This is the MAGA base. And what we saw in this last election is we couldn't understand how this adjudicated rapist, convicted felon, morally bankrupt human being, we're like, where did these votes come from? And last week, with the events of Utah, we found out where they came from. I don't talk about politics. Oh, they sure do want to now, don't they? Because something affected them. Somebody they knew, somebody they cared about. They didn't care about women's rights during the election. They didn't care about how immigrants would be treated. They didn't care about how Black history would be removed. They didn't care about survivors of sexual assault and how they would handle a man who's an adjudicated rapist sitting in the White House. They didn't care about the officers on January 6th. They cared about one person and one person alone, me, me, me. In Gutfeld, that white supremacist is the epitome of what the MAGA movement is. You're never going to find common ground with these people. We've all had to unfriend people this week, and I don't care if it's my mom or my dad. If you're still going to support what's happening in this country, then you're complicit in this. And that's what we saw, right? All these friends and family members and acquaintances that we didn't too close to, they scurried out of the cabinets like cockroaches. Yep, they showed exactly who they were. Everyone that said, I don't talk about politics, that was them. I don't know one person that voted for Vice President Harris that said, I don't discuss politics, it's too personal. Not one. Now we know who the people in our lives are that are the Gutfelds. And they're not going to care about Epstein. If Donald's on that list 4,000 times, well, hey, no one's perfect. I like his tax plan. Well, just because he's on there 48 times doesn't mean he did anything. There's no moral bottom. Fox News bleeds the right wing. This guy is an absolute clown. He's an asshat. But they get off on it because it's entertainment, because he hates the same people they do.